looks like the microphones are on, even though the
Yep.
notice telling me that mute all to activate the microphones. But
Yeah, they are on.
it was, yeah. Welcome, everyone, to the May meeting of Cable Television Advisory Board. I think we're a long way from a quorum, but I will read the roll call anyway. Andrew Sonoda's here. Dorothy Clark. Bruce Cottignone. He sends his regrets. Richard Ferenkopf. All right, the city website needs to be updated because we still have Stephen Gallipo as the fire chief.
I have made sure that the new chief gets the reports, but I didn't know he wasn't on the list.
Yes, and he's not here. Brian Gary is not here. Sally Highland.
Here. Ed
Leishus. Here. Jennifer McCormick. Here. And neither of our aldermanic representatives are here. All right, Mr. Painter, would you like to start us off?
Thank you. Our report for this month is our current balance of the operating account 2505 is $643,529.69. The expenses for April, including salaries and facility operations, totaled $22,925.89. This year's Alliance for the Community Media National Conference is in Baltimore, making it close enough for us to be represented there. And so Pete will be traveling to Baltimore July 11th to the 13th to attend the event. And we ask for your approval in an amount not to exceed $1,200 for this trip.
Unfortunately, that'll have to wait until we have a quorum.
Yeah. We had 1,189 cable casts total in April, and of this, 24 live events, and this broke down to 7 on Education 99 and 17 on Government 16. We had 1,155 playbacks, and of this, Public 96 had 577, Education 99 had 381, Government 16 had 257. And I will take it over to Pete for the education.
For the Education Channel, some of the programming accomplishments during the last month in April included recording the Nashua Plays All-City Instrumental Music Festival at Nashua High School South. On the 17th, we recorded the Historical Society program on Barton Connor. The 19th, we recorded Education Foundation Adult Spelling Bee. On the 23rd, we recorded Nashua South versus Bishop Girton baseball at Holman. A couple days later, we were there for Nashua North and Nashua South as they played at Holman. And on the 28th, we recorded Nashua VFW Loyalty Day, which was held at the Nashua Senior Activity Center.
And Mr. Gagnon did not give me the report, so I'll go to him and make sure he sends it out electronically.
Okay. And make sure that it gets appended to the minutes if it does. All right. Mr. Leishus, do you have anything for us?
Yes, the Education Committee met this past Tuesday, and we got updated on training that Pete and Jeff will be attending at UNH, that the FAA is putting on with the university with respect to drone operation and certification of them as operators. A group approached the athletic department called Play On Sports, like to install cameras to stream the athletic events, and it appears that they will be granting permission for them to be installed in the gymnasiums on a trial basis, and ensuring that it won't preempt E-Channel from broadcasting and streaming those events as well. Nashua is the first community this group has approached, and Athletic Director Lisa Gingras is looking into it. We adopted a schedule for 2018-2019 for meetings. There'll be 6 meetings next year. And coming up, we'll be doing a taping next week for the next 2 segments for the Eye on Education, focusing on summer programs, both at the library and over at the YMCA. So things are moving along, a lot of good programming, and of course they'll be focused now on graduation and end of the year activities in all the schools.
All right, thank you. Any questions? All right. Mr. Christensen, can you update us on what's happening at Comcast?
Yeah, it's always intimidating following the radio voice, though. Yeah, so thank you for having me in. It's been a while, and I appreciate the invite. So things are really moving at Comcast. Just this week, we launched some new packages, which are going to be replacing the old bundles. The new packages have lower pricing, have HD included in them. Some of them have Netflix included in them for free. Some of them have our new Xfinity mobile product included in them for free. So those literally launched on Wednesday. There will be some communication that comes to the city on that stuff in the official format that you guys get all the time. So but keep your eyes peeled for that. And obviously, we'll ramp up our advertising machine that you see for all our other products and services in the coming weeks for that stuff as well. I would invite anybody that's interested in learning more about the new packages to certainly check out our Xfinity store on Daniel Webster Highway. And I can talk about that a little bit more too. One of the things we're pretty excited about is our Xfinity Stream app. I think I've spoken about that before, but just to recap, our Xfinity Stream app is an app where you can use on your smartphone or your tablet or even your computer. It wouldn't be an app on a computer. On your computer where you can watch live programming anywhere in your house, in your basement, in your bedroom, in your backyard. Most of the programming is also available outside the home. So if you're on a cellular connection or a Wi-Fi connection outside the home, most of the programming is available outside the home as well. It's a pretty robust app, and you can get your DVR shows onto that app. You could watch them on an airplane. So that's kind of neat, and I just use that myself when I went on vacation. So I would encourage folks to do that. We just completed 3 Comcast Cares Day sites in the city of Nashua on April 21st. We partnered with Camp Comfort Zone in Mine Falls Park, Harbor Homes, and Police Athletic League. I think all those partners we've partnered with in the past, and we were happy to do so again. We had some speed increases recently on our internet service. Our blast tier speeds went from 200 megabits to 250 megabits. Our performance went from 100 to 150. The performance downloads went from 25 to 60, and the performance starter went from 10 to 15. We have gigabit service in Nashua and throughout New Hampshire, so a consumer can get gigabit service at their house. It's just a simple upgrade on some of those packages I talked about earlier. We just had our Leaders and Achievers scholarship program at the State House this week. Unfortunately, we didn't have any recipients from Nashua. We do mail the school principals and guidance counselors, and I don't think we got any submissions from Nashua, but we got 37 from throughout the state. So next year, we would encourage the city, both public high schools and private high school, to submit scholarship recipients. Xfinity Mobile, I talked about that earlier. It is our mobile service that is, it's a MVNO, mobile virtual network operator. We operate on the largest network in the country. If you have high-speed data from Comcast, you could get our Xfinity Mobile product, which is it's by the gig pricing, no contracts. So you can get 12 gigs, 1 gig for $12, excuse me, all the way up to, 3 gigs. And then at 3 gigs, you would want to go to our unlimited program at $45. And the neat thing about that is it's all no contract, and you can toggle between by the gig or unlimited each month. So, for instance, my 14-year-old is in school and kind of not really doing much, so he is on the by gig product right now. But this summer he's on his way out to California, and I'll just switch him to unlimited here for that 1 month, and he'll be ready to go. So that's a pretty neat product. It's pretty innovative. I would encourage everybody to check it out. We're adding customers really quickly. We just launched our Bring Your Own Device program. So if you own your Apple or your Android device, you can bring it down to our Xfinity store down in South Nashua. Sticking on the internet side of the equation, our XFi app, I'm sure we've all seen commercials on the XFi app pausing devices, pausing your internet at your house, really, is kind of the neat thing. I shut my internet off at my house at midnight for various reasons. I think we've all heard of that game called Fortnite that goes on into the morning. So we shut the internet off at my house at midnight.
I have a question about that. Say you have, like I have a fire alarm system that's connected through the internet. Is there a way to keep that running?
Yeah. So on the XFi app, it lists every connected
all right.
device on your internet connection. So it's pretty neat, and it's also a little weird that you're not aware of everything that's connected from could be your printer that you connected when you bought, and then you're like, HP,
that.
there it is. So you can shut the whole house off, or you can shut individual devices off. You can set a profile. So if you just want to shut Jeff off, you can just shut Jeff off. So there's that. The My Account app is growing by leaps and bounds. It's changing the way we interact with our customers. So on the My Account app, some of the neat things you can do is obviously pay your bill. That's pretty straightforward. You can schedule appointments on it. You can schedule callbacks. So if Sally's in this meeting till 10 and let's say you're at home and she wants somebody to call her back between 11 and 11:15, she could schedule that if she was having a problem. So it's really customizing the service to the consumer. You can check if you have a service appointment. You can check out where your technician is, his estimated arrival time. If you're in that 11 to 1 window, it'll update you as they get closer. It'll tell you about outages in your area. It'll tell you it'll give you the address of the Nashua Xfinity store, or the Londonderry one, or the Manchester one. It'll allow you to reboot and restart devices if you want. So that I would encourage people. I've talked about 3 apps today. I think if you're a Comcast customer, they're pretty important apps to have: the XFi app, the MyStream app, and the My Account app. Okay. And I know I've talked about this in the past, and I'm going to talk about it again. Our Internet Essentials program. I know Jen's been aware of it at the library, as the rest of the committee. It's in its 7th year, and no signs of stopping. I'm trying to think of some of the upgrades we've done with our Internet Essentials since last time. It's now available to HUD qualified housing. So if you receive a HUD voucher, you could get our Internet Essentials program. If you recall, when we launched the program, it was if you were a school-age child on free lunch. Then we upgraded it to free and reduced lunch, and now it's HUD qualified housing. And the major qualifiers still apply. You can't have had our service for 90 days. And you can't have an overdue balance less than a year old. If you have an overdue balance over a year old, we'll work with you to get rid of that. So that's pretty neat. Obviously, we still have our reduced cost laptops available with our Internet Essentials program. And the last part of the commercial is recently the New Hampshire Business Review magazine named us the #1 telecommunications provider in New Hampshire. So
Congratulations.
I'll take a breath and open it up to questions or comments or whatever.
All right. Any questions?
I did
Mr.
have one
Johnson.
question regarding the streaming program that you said. Are the community channels also available via that?
They are.
Okay.
They absolutely are. There's also, I'm not going to get the name right on it, but I probably shouldn't even mention it, but I will since you asked the question. There's product we are launching or have launched, where you can just buy a stream product from us. You don't have to have traditional cable television in your house. You could buy, and I can email you the name. It's slipping my mind. It's one of those things. It's right there. But the PEG channels are included in that that untraditional stream product. So if you're a Comcast internet customer and you don't have a 70-inch TV in your house, or you don't want cable boxes in your house, you can buy this product. And as I said, I'm embarrassed, but I'll send the name to Jeff.
Okay, sounds good. And I'll get it out to everybody.
Great, thank you.
All right. Did we have any service or inquiries that we had to follow up on with Mr. Christensen over
I
the?
don't think I have.
It's been such a long time since the
If
last
we
time
do,
we
I'm
saw
not aware
you.
of them. So
No, nothing that I know of.
yeah, and I'll generally, I don't know, maybe once a quarter, either Jeff or Pete or sometimes Bruce would send me something, but and we'll send it off to our executive care office and hopefully take care of it
Because the
pretty quickly.
outstanding, we had a couple outstandings months ago, but you took care of them. I mean, everything
Yeah.
was fine after that. Yeah.
All right. Any other questions?
I
Mr.
do have
Painter.
one that I have to ask. I mean, do you have any plans where, broadcast wise, we would be high def? And, I mean, I have to ask that.
If I had a nickel for every time I asked, I'd have a lot of nickels.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think it's coming. I can't give you a date, and we don't have any solid plans, but there are conversations happening.
Okay.
And I think everybody's asking, and I think we will come up with a plan to get our communities in HD. I can't tell you it's going to be all the channels. I can't tell you it won't be give up a standard definition for an HD channel.
Yeah.
I'm not sure yet, but it's coming. If I don't come back for another year, maybe at this time next year, it's here, but don't
I mean,
quote me on that.
We're streaming in HD, and of course all of our upgrades are HD into, but the thing that kind of holds us back here is that we're not being broadcasted.
Yeah.
See, so that was that's why. So
Can I ask a question? Do you guys have a YouTube channel?
yeah,
We do archive our meetings
Archives,
on
yeah, I mean,
YouTube.
All right. So
yeah.
on our X1 platform, our video platform, if you were to voice into your voice remote Nashua Public Educational Channel, YouTube Nashua Educational Channel, that'll come up on your X1 box because we have YouTube on our X1 box, and that'll obviously be in HD if you're uploading it in HD. But you could do that for any YouTube channel out there.
I believe
So
if people are listening and want to do that, the YouTube channel for the education side is Nashua BOE meetings, and it's Nashua BOA meetings for the government side.
great. And the important thing to say is YouTube first before you say that into the voice remote. So we have Netflix on our X1 box. We have iHeartRadio, NPR Radio, Facebook, a few others, but Netflix and YouTube are the big ones right now.
Thank you.
If there's nothing else, then we're at the end of the agenda. Anyone have any general comments?
Oh, I do have one. Just an announcement. We're going to be having our second household hazardous waste collection in Nashua on June 7th. This is on a Thursday afternoon from 3 to 7 p.m. It's the only event that we have that's on a Thursday. So I would encourage people to participate in that. It's over at the Public Works Garage, near the police station and near the Conway Arena.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And I'll
Mr.
just
Johnson.
mention also that the family day that was scheduled by the city for tomorrow has been postponed. It was supposed to be in the fields behind Holman Stadium, but because of the expected rainy and cold weather, they're postponing it till sometime later in the summer, and we'll get that date out when we find it.
All right, thank you. Anyone else? If not, I won't say a motion to adjourn because, well, we don't have a quorum. So see everyone next month.
Okay.
Thank you.